Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Institute of Logic. And today I am very excited to show you a complete Flask web application in Python. This is a complete website with front end and with operational backend. I will show you it in just a moment. See the video till end, and I guaranteed you, if you see all the tutorial, you will be able to make your own web application in Flask. Let's start. This is my folder where I put my Flask application. Double click it. These are all the necessary setup. Don't afraid to see these all. I will explain these all in step by step. These are just the basic requirement and we have no work in it. Okay, so ignore these just for now. Instance, static and templates. Let's look into instance. In instant folder, we have just one file contact.tb, which is used to store our backend or our information of user which fill a form. When a user fill the form, the information is stored in this file. Simple. Okay. Now go to the static. As you can see, here is nothing, just some images that we are using in our web app, and this is the style.css file which is just used for styling our website. But remember that we using Bootstrap library, which is very easy to use. Okay, and these are the templates. These are the pages in this library. These are the pages that we are used in our program. For example, here you can see app design.html, backend.html. These are all the HTML file, and these are the pages of our application. Okay, now run this app.py. Right click here. I am using window 11. If you are using older version, navigate to that folder, and on the terminal you type the command python and your application name. So open terminal here, write python app.py and hit enter. It gave me a HTTP address. Just copy it and open it in your favorite browser. So I am using Chrome. Here I will paste and enter. And as you can see, this is my website which I built in Flask. First of all, let me visit you of this application or this web app. This is the home page which is highlighted, which show that you are currently on my home page. These are some pictures, and these are the explore the experience we have, some our links to our pages, and this is our projects. And now going to designing. This is some fundamental rules of designing and some things that you can show to the user or to your client. And this is the dashboard. As you can see, we also provide dashboard services. This is the our dashboard, some pictures. Okay, and this is our backend and customer database design. These are some schemas and tables and some information to user or to our client, and this is all the thing that you can do very easily. And similarly, projects, these are our some projects, and whenever you click on any project, these projects are deployed on Streamlit, which is a very powerful Python library, and which can freely host your application in Streamlit. And this is the contact. And if I want to contact something, for example, Azam, Khan, and email example azam @gmail.com. contact number is 11223344, and message is hello digital online. Hit enter and you will be redirected to another page. Thanks for contacting me. I will contact you soon. And here you can click the back to home link and you are here on the home page again. Don't worry about the coding. I will provide my GitHub repository link. You can download that code and use it as your own. You can change it and you are really use it on your project, which is very simple and easy. Now let me show you some here the footer, and as you can see, so if for example if I want to go to dashboard from here, so it's also working. Similarly, if I want to go to on WhatsApp contact, so as you can see here that continue to WhatsApp, and you can insert Instagram, Facebook link and other thing as you want. So this is a complete functional website written in Python. Now go to the code. As you can see on the terminal, our program is stable. Just favicon. There is some problem in this favicon, but it is not a big problem. We can solve it very easily. I think in some page we forget to insert this favicon. So as I am working in Sublime Text, as you can see on the screen, this is the app.py file, which is a important file and which is the brain of our whole application. The main thing or the main concept that are difficult for beginners is to design the backend. So in this specific video, I will concentrate on the backend because the front end is very easy, and I know that front end simple rendering techniques that we are used. As you can see, this is our by default this is our home page. The slash indicate the home page and the render template is index.html. Similarly, this is the project, this is the my work, and this is just a simple HTML files. There is nothing complex. The complexity of any Flask application is the backend. So concentrate on that. First of all, we import from Flask, import Flask, and you must install Flask in your environment. And the other thing that we import from Flask is render templates, which are used to render some HTML files. And the other is request, with the help of which request to our server to store the backends of our application. And redirect, we can use redirect to redirect a user to another page. And similarly, URL, if we want to use URL for any other web application to render our user. And for backend, we use SQL Alchemy, and from Flask import SQL Alchemy. The first line, which is app is equal to Flask underscore underscore name underscore underscore. This is the basic building technique of any Flask application. The next line, which is app.config, concentrate on these line. This is very important. If you program it as on the screen, you have no error. Some programmers neglect or don't use the second line, but it is also important. So SQL database URL, you can write it as it is SQLite and write, and you can name to your file. It is stored here in the instance, as you can see, contact.db. Whatever name you choose, it will display here. But before to code, you must program your environment. You make a folder, name its instance, make a folder, name its static folder, name its templates, and make a Python file, name it app.py or as you prefer to name it. Okay. So DB is equal to SQL Alchemy. It tells the Flask application that we are going to use this app as in our SQL Alchemy as a database. Here DB is equal to SQL Alchemy app. This is the app and the DB is a name of variable. You can name it as you want, but whatever name you used here DB, you must use that name here DB instead of DB. Okay, so how a backend is designed in Flask. Flask, we use a class. If you don't know about class, so you must have to learn class and object orientation programming in Python. To declare a class, we use a class keyword of Python. After that, we name it. I name it contact. My class name is contact, and we passed a db variable here as we generated in this previous line, and dot model, and this is a SQL Alchemy model. We pass it to our class. The first column of our database is the ID, which is equal to db.column. Any column you made, you must declare that db.column. This db.column is an integer type and it is a primary key which is equal to true. Okay. The next thing that we want to take from user is its name. So name is equal to db.column db.string. So the name column must be string having maximum of 100 characters. Nullable is equal to false. It's mean that the user must fill this field or this column. Other column is email, which is db.column db.string. It's also a string having maximum of 100 character. It's also nullable. A user must fill this field. The other column or field is contact, db.column db.string. Maximum number of character is 20. Nullable is equal to true. It's mean that a user can leave it as empty if a user want. Similarly, message is equal to db.column db.text. This is a text field, and nullable equal to false. It's mean that the user must fill this message. After that, within the class, as you can see in Python, indentation is used to indicate the body of class functions and control statement. So this is within the body of the contact. So define init underscore underscore init underscore underscore. If you know about the classes and objects of Python, so you must familiar with this syntax. Self is the first argument of init function, name, email, contact, message. So self dot name, we don't need to initialize the ID because it is a primary and it is automatically inserted to our database. So the self dot name is equal to name, this is that name, email, this is that email, contact, this is that contact, and message, this is that message. Okay, so this is the backend class with the help of which we can take information from user. Now when a user come to our contact page, so here the contact page use methods get and post. This is the function which is rendered to the user if request dot method is equal to post. For example, when a user hit a submit, for example, show you here location here contact. Whenever a user click on this submit button, so it's mean that request start method is equal to post. Okay, as you can see here, here is the form, and this is the form. The URL for contact method is equal to post. and this is the button. Type submit, class btn primary, because we use Bootstrap class for CSS, and this is the submit. So the type is submit and the form type is a post. So here, if the request dot method is equal to post, name is equal to request dot form dot name, email request dot form email, contact request dot form contact, message request dot form message, contact form is equal to contact name is equal to, this is the contact form variable which using the contact class. As you can see here, this is our contact class, and this is the name that are provided here as an argument to this function, this initializing function, and email to the email, and contact to the contact, message to the message. db.session.add contact form, our contact form is added. db.session.commit. So here our contact, the user contact is stored in our form. This is commit. So the commit is mean that save changes. If the contact form generate an ID, it's mean that the user information is stored. So it render to thank you.html page, else it return an error, failed to add the error. So it's depend upon the contact form dot id. If the id is generated, it's mean that the information of user is stored in our database, else it gave us an error. If the request dot method is equal to post, if this condition is met, these all codes are executed. If this condition is not met, so this line of code is in execute and it render the contact.html. So whenever a user come to the contact page, the user can see the contact form. If a user hit the button of the form to submit, the request start method is equal to post become true, and these all are executed. So this is the basic thing that you must keep in mind to work on any Flask application for backend. If you understood that, you can modify it and you can build a very complex application using these, because you just insert here different types of columns depending on your applications. Okay, all the other things are very simple and very easy. So now let me show you the index.html. So this is the index.html, and here you can see that I am using Bootstrap CSS. As you can see that our website is look very beautiful. This is due to the CSS that we are using from Bootstrap, and this is the link. I will provide the CSS Bootstrap link in my description. You just go to that website, copy that URL and paste in your templates. Similarly, I want to use some icons from Bootstrap, so this is the link of to using icon, and this is the style sheet. My style sheet, it is very simple because I am just using a few line of code in my CSS, because Bootstrap gave me a lot of functionality to CSS my HTML tags and pages. And this is the title, digital online data bank, and this is the starting of header and the ending of header, and after that the body is started. The first thing is the navigation, and these you can see these are all the classes of Bootstrap. You can see here these are all the classes that we are used, and you can use it very easily and very simply. All these are very simple, and I know that you will understand this all. Another feature that I want to show you is a responsive web application. For example, optimize it. See, it automatically adjust on mobile or any other screen. See here. So it is a complete is a complete web application and you can use it as your own. I will provide my GitHub repository link. You download it. You can change its code as you want, but the basic thing that is the backend. A number of users are face difficulty building the backend of any Flask application because I also struggle to design the backend, and after hard work I will be able to make this code. Just concentrate on these line. You can comment me, ask me any question regardless of this code. I try my best to help you, and the main thing in this application is this backend code. So if you are not subscribed and you want to see more videos like, please subscribe our channel. I will catch you in next video. Thanks for watching.